storage on my hard drive. My hard drive on my PC legitimately might be Black Ops 7. That's it. And to me, I'm trying to look at this more from a casual perspective.
Yes.
If I'm Bob getting off work and I have, let's just say I have Cyberpunk, I have Arc Raiders, and I have Battlefield on my PC, or Red Sec on my PC, or my Xbox.
This is crazy. I haven't even made it this far in the video. I think I watched like 5 minutes before I started, you know, saying like, oh, I should react to this, and so I hear everything. The fact that T-Dog's literally about to say exactly what I said just shows like it's not just him, it's not just me, it's a lot of people who can actually sit here and think about the situation who are like, yeah, this is something that's gonna be an issue.
Whatever, PC. And I go, you know what, let me try Black Ops 7. And I go to buy it or download it or whatever, or try it out. And it says, hey, we need 300 gigs of space. You gotta delete one of these games.
330.
Well, if they're having fun on those games, they're not gonna delete it, and they shouldn't have to go buy a storage device to store one game on a hard drive, HDD or whatever they call it. So I think you're honestly losing players because they're just gonna go, hey, I'll play Battlefield, that's like 60 gigs, Arc Raiders is probably 40. And then, you know, I have one bigger file where I wanna just chill and fart around, and that's Cyberpunk or Red Dead. And they got their 3 games. And so, again, Call of Duty has become so bloated in this HQ that you're just downloading all sorts of stuff. Now, if it was something where we could just download the multiplayer for BO7, and I know you can do it, but trust me, it is way more complicated than it needs to be.
Very complicated.
And you just want to play multiplayer, just play zombies, and it's a little like 40 gig download. Hey, that's convenient, that's easy.
This is what I think we just need to say to finish off this video before he's done. This is what we need to say. And we've been saying it for a long time. I know we repeat ourselves a lot, but it's like, it's common sense to us, but unfortunately it's not to the devs, it's not to Activision, it's not to everybody working on the games. So we just have to keep saying it. Call of Duty, you just need to go back to your prime days. Everything you did in your prime, which built up this franchise, which made this franchise great, you need to lock back in and go back to. It's not difficult. You are doing too much. It's creating more bugs, more issues. It's creating an exhausting, unplayable experience, and it's creating a less casual experience. I'm not saying you need to cater to casuals like 100%, not what I'm saying, but you are clearly pushing away the prime players that played Call of Duty back in the day. Those people, including myself, I played when I was 9 years old, I'm now 25. I even can say, and I can still use the movement. Again, you guys are just going in this direction that is just not Call of Duty. What you guys are seeing on your screen right now, this gameplay, this was Call of Duty. It was basic movements. You can still always have a slide in there. You can do all this stuff, but it doesn't have to be this cracked out stuff you're seeing. It's grounded movements. It actually looks like a multiplayer shooter, and it's just Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty. You need to go back to your old ways.
At Stream Elements,
if you have to hire people that worked on older Call of Duties, do it. Because the people working on your game right now, I can guarantee you, did not play older CODs. It's easy to see. It's so obvious. It's time to lock the fuck back in. It's time to lock in. I thought you guys were going to lock in this year. Unfortunately, I was beyond wrong. I have no faith in Infinity Ward next year because I think they're the worst dev company out there, especially when it comes to listening to the community. But I mean, hopefully they can lock in and actually listen and bring back an actual Call of Duty feeling that's a good medium for everybody. Because Black Ops 7 is not. It's not. I'm telling you guys right now. It's not. And it's just like, why do we need to have the COD HQ? It's clearly an issue. The updates are way too big. I don't know what you guys are doing. The optimization for the game is ass. The servers are ass. There's so many stuff that you guys need to pay attention to before you do the store, before you do battle passes, to just save this franchise. It's what you need to do. I don't care if you're in the freaking meeting room for a damn month just to lock in and make sure, okay, we're doing this, 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 and this. Now get to work. Do it. Do what you gotta do. Because you're losing it. You're losing it big time. I mean...
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Join in club or online today. Deal ends soon. See club for details.
If anyone disagrees with that, that's fine. I'm not saying the game is unenjoyable. I enjoy sometimes the multiplayer. I enjoy it when I have a good connection. There's a clear issue with the servers and the matchmaking system right there. I enjoy Warzone. I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. I do think it's a little sweaty with the movement, though. I think it's casual, but it's also sweaty. I don't know if that makes sense, but the movement is just ridiculous. Just lock in. That's gonna be the main thing of this video. Lock the fuck in and figure it out. Go back to what people, just go play the older games and just add a more modern sense to it, but not too crazy like you're doing now.
And it's,
sorry for the rant there.
It's like Black Ops 7 is its own file. So those are 5 things that I think are kind of secretly kind of just,
I love it, man,
making there be like this crack in the foundation that then it just creates issues everywhere else.
I love it.
There's always the bigger issues, but I think these are smaller things that create bigger issues, if that makes sense.
I 100% agree.
So anyway, guys, once again,
what a great video from T-Dog, man. I totally 100% agree with everything he said. It's like underrated stuff that, like, the fact he even thought about that and made the video, I'm glad I watched the entire thing because we're on the same page. We are 100% on the same page, and I hope that Activision Treyarch is watching his videos. He is one of the best content creators out there for Call of Duty right now, by far. Beyond honest, thinks about things that not many people really think about that are truly a big issue, and you see it in this video. And I really love that he continues to make these videos. Like he says, it's a discussion. You see a lot of comments, and I would love to see that in our videos as well. I tried doing one of those videos. It was good. I liked it making it, but a lot of people still thought I was hating on the game, and I'm literally actually giving like constructive criticism about season 1 and stuff. So I don't know. There's nothing you can do to really win. I mean, the fact people are calling T-Dog a rage baiter is crazy to me, but who the hell knows? Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with T-Dog? Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree? I would love to hear and read what you guys have to say in the comment section. Make sure you guys hit that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you have not already. You guys know we post a video every single day. Even when shit is getting boring in Call of Duty, we're still doing it. We're still trying to bring you guys some different stuff here and there. But I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great day. Go Bears. If they don't win today, I might be heartbroken the rest of the week. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great one. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Rick. Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Hope you guys are having a good day. And what can I say other than I told you so? I knew this was going to happen. I've been talking about this. I've been concerned about this for the past month or so. But everybody and their mother, for some reason, went to my YouTube comments, went to my Twitter, especially on Twitter, and started losing their minds on the Rick, saying I was rage baiting, saying I was being a conspiracy theorist, saying I was hating for views, when in reality, I was just being honest because I know Activision like I am inside their corporation. I know them like my nut hairs on each nut, left and the right. You all know the left one hangs lower. If you haven't checked yet, check your own if you have them. If you don't have nuts, don't know what to tell you, but I knew this was going to happen. We are going to be talking about this tweet right here. I got my other tweets up here, and then we're going to go over the Season 1 developer briefing for multiplayer and Warzone. Oh my God, I am so excited for Season 1, but we're going to be talking about this tweet right here from Charlie Intel, okay? We're going to forget the first and second paragraph. We're going to focus on the third paragraph. If you guys can't count, let me help you out. 1, 2, 3, bitch. Get your ass to math class. The third paragraph says, we've continued to see increased engagement with standard mosh pit. So we'll be featuring it in the featured tab for players who prefer an experience with more similarly skilled opponents. With the main tab changing to featured, the other tab will now become party games, which will include prop hunt, sharpshooter, one in the chamber, and gunfights at the launch of Season 1, as well as the debut of Sticks and Stones and Gun Game in Week 2. All we really need to look at is that first sentence. We'll go over it again, because if you're Helen Keller, you're deaf and blind as complete fuck, you can't read, you're illiterate.
What the
Here
fuck?
we go. We've continued to see increased engagement with standard mosh pit, so we'll be featuring it in the featured tab for players who prefer an experience with more similarly skilled opponents. Increased engagement. Of course, according to their data, they are going to say we have seen better data with that mosh pit. I said it back on November 11th, almost a month ago, I said, watch, they will add more and more of these playlists till SBMM is completely back in the game because of the data. Fucking embarrassing. That was responding to the tweets where they said they were going to bring open matchmaking as well as a standard mosh pit, which is ridiculous to call it standard because everybody that doesn't even pay attention to Twitter or YouTube or knows the difference is just going to click on standard because they don't know what open is. Nobody's heard of freaking open playlists. Only the people that know SBMM and stuff, they know what open is, but the normal casual in Call of Duty is gonna be like, oh, standard, I'm gonna play standard. Like, it's a freaking joke what we continue to see. And I even said it right here because this is their plan all along, and then we'll get to the video because I told you guys, to everybody that thinks people like me, Fully, Blame Truth, Nero Cinema, and others are just rage baiting, we're not fucking rage baiting. We know this company. We've been playing this game for years. I've been playing this game since I was 9 years old, 16 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. So I know just the evolution of Activision. They used to be really good. The people making Call of Duty used to be amazing. I show you guys in my previous videos from like a week ago how the campaign itself has evolved and how like just lost Call of Duty is with their identity. We know that they just love SBMM, and MW4, which is coming out next year with Infinity Ward, who wants SBMM. This is how it's going to work. As time goes on, season from season for Black Ops 7, we are going to see SBMM brought into the game even more. Even though I think, and I feel like everybody here watching agrees with me, if you do, hit the like button, smack it like it did something dirty to you. I think we all can agree that open SBMM or open playlist has SBMM, because I'm playing against everybody with a new calling card like their life dependent on it. I'm playing against max prestigious. I mean, it's ridiculous how sweaty that is. But I said MW4 will have SBMM as default matchmaking again. The whole plan, like myself and others said a month ago, was that Treyarch will add more and more to the standard matchmaking tab because according to their so-called data, it was better for engagement. Sure.
Did you just drop an F-bomb?
Indeed I did. A rogue mango flavor bomb.
Now that's the flavor this firm needs. You're fired, Jerry.
Oh,
Go rogue.
I told you guys, I've been saying this. Every other person has been saying this. If you're not listening now, it's time to wake up. It's time to clean out those ears, you nasty fuck. Don't be like Mark, I'm a hero. Don't drool on yourself. Jesus. Start to listen and start to get educated on everything that is going on here. So this tweet is just insane. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. I mean, I don't know. I feel like SBM is going to cranked up for even an open playlist for season 1. We'll see how that goes today, later in the stream. If you guys are watching this, I might be live now. We're going to try out season 1. We're going to probably lose our mind, lose our hair. We're already going bald as it is. But let's check this out, man. I'm only going to watch multiplayer. I'm going to skip over zombies. If you guys want to see the zombie stuff, make sure you guys go to the Call of Duty's page if you want to see it. I'm going to watch multiplayer and I'm going to watch Warzone, okay? We all know Warzone's dying. I play mostly multiplayer, but I really want to see what they're going to do here. So hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into this shit. Hit the like button. There we go.
Season 1 is bringing a massive amount of content. It doesn't matter what type of Black Ops 7 player you are, zombies, multiplayer, endgame, this is a massive update.
Season 1 in Black Ops 7 is going to be the biggest season in Black Ops history.
We've got a
Tell us something we don't know. You've been saying this for how many months now? I get it. So let's go.
ton of stuff out the gate.
Can't wait for people to drop in and get to experience it themselves.
It's hard to pick just a favorite thing. We've got a ton of modes, we've got a ton of weapons, we've got attachments, and then just being able to play with all of the content together, it's been such a blast. We've got a ton of brand new maps to dive into. Utopia.
Brand new maps, yet they show Standoff as the second map right there. Standoff is a great map. It was in Cold War, it was in Black Ops 2. I don't know if it was remastered in any other COD, probably more CODs. But another recycle map, which we continue to see.
Yeah.
It's got this amazing future-pushed architectural feel. Consider it more abandoned guild city.
In Utopia, that's where I think players will really see the full extent of what you can do with wall jump. And there's a really cool spot where if you can pull that off, you'll be getting into some cool engagement.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of what we just saw there. As you guys can see, like this lane, I know it's a 3-lane map, but this lane, kind of like Blackheart, for example, forces you to have to wall jump. Like, it forces you to. So people can just sit on these little head glitches that they love to have on these 3 lanes and just slant, because you need to do 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump, and then you're there. Like, I'm not a fan of forcing you to have to use that. It's kind of like they're forcing, like, everybody to have to use it. Otherwise, you can't go down that lane. Not the biggest fan of that style, and it's just easy for people to just not move from the spot. They mount up, and I don't know.
Wall jump, and there's a really cool spot where if you can pull that off, you'll be getting into some cool engagements.
Fate is one of the maps that a player will not really know exactly where it is. It's got the first map in this particular title that's using an orbital system. It allows you to move from spot to spot, which will, I think, ingest a lot of chaos.
But just
Guys, when it comes to identity, man, I mean, he says it himself. People don't even understand where the hell we're currently at.
There it is, Scott.
We don't even know where we're at. Listen to him say it himself.
One of the maps that a player will not really know exactly where it is. Scott,
I mean, like, why would you even mention that in your trailer here or whatever the hell? Like, we want to know where we're at, what we're doing, the identity of the game, and that's what you're going to say? I'm sorry, guys. My frustration is still coming from that tweet that we just went over. I apologize. I'll let this keep going.
First map in this particular title that's using an orbital system. It allows you to move from spot
with
to spot.
machetes sitting in the ground.
I think ingest a lot of chaos.
Odysseus is one of our smaller maps that we have for season 1. I think a lot of our camo grinders will have fun on this one. If you want to be sneaky, we do have some wall jumping around the side. It is dangerous. You could fall to your death, but if you're really good, you can get around them.
We wanted to work really hard at paying an homage to a Menendez moment that I think players will find extremely unique.
Nobody gives a fuck about your campaign. Nobody cares about Menendez anymore. Nobody cares about any of this. Start to understand your community. You guys failed in the campaign. Stop trying to even hype it up at all.
Inside the map. This was the original room he was interrogated in.
So we've got Standoff coming in season 1. Of course, from Black Ops 2, Standoff is one of my favorite maps.
It's an amazing map. It's an amazing map.
Remaster in Black Ops 7, but of course you've got the new addition of Omni movement and wall jump, which you've never been able to experience before in Standoff. So there will be some fun little Easter eggs and opportunities to find as you play throughout the map.
Every time we bring back a map, we set, at least from the art point of view, a visual bar that is always higher than the last time we did it. We're able to take something that we know and hold dear to our heart and make it look amazing.
So we also have Sleigh Jack.
I'm not gonna lie, it just looked like some updated graphics in my opinion.
Coming.
Our yacht that we know and love from Hijack is now Santa's sleigh. So the team has been finding all sorts of cool things to put in this map. They're really excited about it. One that stands out is
I don't know about you guys, but like this stuff is cool, yes. But I feel like I would rather, instead of them wasting their time making Hijacked, which is already overrated in my opinion, I don't know if that's a hot take or not. Instead of them making Hijacked or Nuketown Christmas themed, I'd rather them just take that time to just make another new map. Just my honest opinion. Because how long have we been playing this map? It seems like even when we're having the map, voting process in my lobbies, it seems like it's always the same maps. Hijacked, Raid, Nuketown now. Like, I want to play some of the new maps that are in Black Ops 7 instead of these maps I've already played before. I get it. They're cool to be in the game. It's fine. It's whatever. But shit, instead of wasting your time on this, give me a new map. More maps, please. More new maps. Make the game original instead of recycled.
the pool is now frozen over in ice. They shoot, they score. So more things for post launches. We're constantly looking at how players are playing the maps out in the wild. And if there's things that we can do to improve those experiences, we're always keeping an eye out.
We'll take a look at the new change.
We've got some connectivity now from the center into the outer lane up in the train station. The team was really able to pull it off with the angle that the train comes down in.
The Deadeye drone is a brand new score streak that will be unlocked via weekly challenge. This one is actually a precision sniper, so it's really fun to fly around and take those long range shots. And of course, the team wanted to throw in a little something extra to it, so they've added some proximity chat that will play from a speaker from the drone, so you can kind of call people out and see if you can get people to come out.
Now, I'm not going to lie, that's pretty freaking funny. I hope to see some great content with that. That's a huge W. For those of you that say I never say anything good, that is an amazing thing right there. That could be hilarious to see. We'll see how hard it is to take out. I feel like it might be pretty easy to shoot down. I don't know. But to have prox chat on that, awesome job, Treyarch. But just don't combat me for calling somebody a baby back bitch.
And take a pot shot at him.
Yeah, that's true. That shit, that shit's heavily guarded now. Damn.
That's
We've got
hilarious.
some party modes coming. You know, Treyarch, we love our party modes. So Prop Hunt's coming back. It's coming at the start of season 1. And we've got some new tech improvements that are going to allow the team to have some really interesting props. Maybe you'll find a deer head, maybe a car. And then we have Sticks and Stones, which is really an iconic party mode for the Black Ops series. We've got the crossbow and the ballistic knife coming.
Now, I want to make sure I say this. Party modes are cool. I know a lot of people love the party modes. That's fine. But I've been talking about this for a while now, and I even brought it up, I think, like a week or two ago. I think it's very important for them to lower the amount of total modes available. We already are seeing extreme long waiting times for this open matchmaking. They claim it's because of the modes and the demographic or whatever. I think it's because of SBMM. I think almost everybody watching this video thinks it's because of SBMM. But let's pretend that it's because of the amount of modes or the amount of people playing. Whatever. That still makes no sense because in MW2 2009, if you go back and play, there's only a couple hundred people playing. You get into a game almost immediately. That's a whole nother freaking video. But how about instead of having it to where you can click every mode you want, just make it to where back in the day, like you had to either click on Team Deathmatch, Domination, Hardpoint, whatever, and that's it. And just have one mosh pit mode. If people want to, for some reason, play a bunch of different modes instead of just backing out and clicking a certain mode they want to be on, have one mosh pit mode. Otherwise, you have to click one or the other. You can't click, oh, I want to play Team Deathmatch, Free For All, and Search, and have all those three options, you know, clicked, and then you it's in quick play, and then you go and search for that. I think that would help with stuff, and also like maybe not so many party modes, or just I don't know how to word it, but like I just feel like there's not enough people playing this stuff, and just having all these modes just spreads it out even more. I don't know if that's just our unnecessary rant I just had, but I just feel like it could solve some issues. I really think it could. Where's my freaking mouse?
In season 1, Takeover is a brand new 6v6 objective-based mode that kind of takes inspiration from game modes like Domination. So in Takeover, you will start with 3 objective zones that teams will be fighting over. As teams capture those zones, that team will get 1 point, and then the point goes away. So it's this really fun war of attrition where the zones whittle down over time until teams are fighting over a single objective zone. And once that final one's captured, a brand new set of 3 comes online, and then you fight for that new set of 3.
Be secured.
The main thing for us is we want players to have fun. You're gonna get a ton of brand new maps to play around with, some remasters.
I'm just confused on that mode. If it's so similar to Domination, I just feel like now you're splitting up even more, like I was just talking about. I don't know, hopefully it's fun.
To find some new wall jump opportunities, whether it's continuing to chase after your mastery camos, continuing to hit prestige, or if you want to jump in feet first into the brand new content, we just want you to have fun.
I would love for you guys to be open about your matchmaking. I would love for you guys to get rid of standard mosh pit and open mosh pit and just have default matchmaking like you guys promised us. I know there's a lot of people out there that cope about it and say, oh, they never said it was going to be the only matchmaking in this game. I've never seen a Call of Duty with multiple matchmakings within pubs. Never in my life until this year. So when you say it's default matchmaking on October 9th, like that tweet we saw, maybe you should probably just be honest with us and just have that. I don't know why this company is so obsessed with that. That would be more fun so I can have good connection. It's not even about playing bot lobbies or having shit enemies. It's not even about that. Anybody that watches me knows that's not my biggest issue. My biggest issue is in the beta when they had true open matchmaking, I had 12 ping every time. The game was smooth. I never packet bursted. Every time I shot somebody, it felt like I was hitting them every single time. But since the launch of Black Ops 7, I'm gonna keep bringing this up. I don't give a fuck, man. This is a huge issue with this company and needs to be talked about more and more every day if we need to. Now, since the launch of this game, I get anywhere from 17 ping to 40 plus ping, and it's like it makes no sense. And I'm packet bursting on my ass. It's taking forever to get into a lobby. It's clearly doing some type of EO.
You haven't released a new one? Nah. My boy slacking. I be fucking with his shits. I don't want zombies. Let me see, any latest drama, any more drama? Nah, nothing really.
Verizon's got a
Shit,
bonker
Warzone
deal on
Easter
the new
eggs.
Samsung Galaxy S25. Get Gemini, when's our next train coming?
Right now.
Ah, nutcracker.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say something. I'm a little bit pleasantly surprised, specifically when it comes to the new Warzone map, Haven's Hollow. Now, if you don't know the history of Warzone maps, this one is made by High Moon Studios, who I believe made Ashika Island and Fortune's Keep. And if you know those maps, they're filled with Easter eggs. Well, it turns out Haven Hollow is no exception whatsoever. And in fact, there's even an Easter egg where you transformed the entire map into something new. In this video, I have put together every single one of those Easter eggs. There's kind of 8, but more so 6 mainline Easter eggs, and I'm going to show you how to do all 8 of them, even the little tiny ones that you may have missed. And if I missed anything on this list, feel free to let me know down in the comments. But I think in this, we've covered all of the basis of all of the Easter eggs that are in Haven's Hollow. And some of them are really wild, so we're going to start out with the easiest ones and work our way to the hardest one, which is, of course, changing that entire map, the Blood Moon Easter egg, if you will. So let's start out with the very beginning, the super easy one. So the simple of the simplest all start out on the riverboat, aka the floating casino. Now, when you go to this, you're going to see a ton of slot machines, but one in particular is named Call of Duty. Now, with this one, you can insert $500 into it, and you're actually able to win a jackpot all the way up to $20,000. But most of the time, you just win kind of like $250. It kind of works like an actual slot machine, and you can keep playing it over and over again. So if your team lands here, it might actually be worth one person just rolling this thing over and over and over again, going for that jackpot, so that hopefully you can maybe buy a loadout or something along those lines. But that's not the only thing here. So if you start out in that casino and you work your way up to the upper deck of the boat, you are going to find a stage. Now, on that stage, there is a drum set that you can go up to, and on it, there is a note. And on that note, it says, "I'm warning you, John, for the last time, do not touch my drum set." Now, if you don't know what that is, let me quickly teach you some culture.
I am warning you right now. If you
Nah.
touch my drums, I will stab you in the neck with a knife.
Ladies and gentlemen, that right there is a Step Brothers reference, one of the greatest movies of all time.
That's
now,
funny.
moving on
I didn't know
to
they had
something a
Step Brother
little bit more
references.
complex. Over at Lumberyard, there is a couple of blue doors on
That's
kind of the
funny as
upper
hell.
deck of the Lumberyard that are both locked, and there's no key to get in them or anything, but it's actually rather easy to do so. And inside of each of them, there's some pretty good loot. And all you need is a couple of tomahawks that can be found in the wall or around the area in Lumberyard, as well as a couple explosives. So first things first, what you're going to do is take those explosives and you're going to blow the wood off the side windows. Then you are going to need 2 tomahawks for each room, which, by the way, the best way to do so is simply get an ammo crate. And then you're going to throw the tomahawks at those wooden boards locking the doors. If you do it quickly, you're going to be able to get both of your tomahawks back, and you might even find one in the room as well. So what I recommend doing is blowing up both of the walls first and then doing the tomahawks, because then you can use the same tomahawks to access the same rooms. Now, the basic best item that you're going to find in these 2 rooms is in the second room that we go in here. There's going to be a plate vest, and that's kind of the best of the best here. Now, moving on to the next Easter egg, this is where we start to get some items like calling cards and that, as well as some pretty good items in game. Now, this is probably the one that you've seen on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, and that is the waterfall. So off the rip, you're going to go to the north. Now, in the north, there is a waterfall, and you can actually parachute directly through it into a kind of loot room. There's some pretty good chests, but at the very back, there is also a treasure map. Now, this is going to show you an area on the map, and this is different every single game. So you need to actually check the treasure map in order to do the next part. I just happen to know that that bridge right there is over in Pond, so I went directly over to Pond. Now, after you've got the treasure map and you go to the area that is X'd on the map, you will see a prompt on your screen to dig, and when you do, you can kind of capture the area. It is going to give you $20,000 as well as a calling card called the Waterfall Cave. And your team then can go and get some loadouts or whatever you need with that. Now, while you're in this area, there's also another Easter egg near Pond, and this one is going to give you the Specialist, and this is the Jackalope Easter egg. Now, for this one, what you're going to do is you're going to go around the pond area, specifically around the shore, until you find a very speedy little rabbit. Now, when you shoot it, it'll shoot out loot at you, one of which is going to be a mounted jackalope head. What you're going to do is take this a
Yeah, I
little
haven't
bit
played
further north
Warzone
to
so
the hunting
much- so
cabin.
long.
Now, honestly, the
got
cabin
man
is
new shit.
really
Let's
not
play
far
some
from where
Warzone.
you will find the jackalope, so this one is not hard whatsoever, and it's one of the best rewards that you can get. So once in here, you're going to want to clear out the enemies that are around the area, and back actually right behind where I am right now, there is going to be a fireplace, and above that fireplace, there is an empty slot to put the jackalope head, and when you do, you will hear the chimney, and out the bottom will shoot the specialist. There'll be 2 that come down if you're in a team of 4. Now, this is where things start to get a little bit more difficult, but some cooler things actually start to happen. So number 1 here, you're going to go to the security room outside of research lab. Now, in this, there's going to be a bunch of computers. Specifically, you are going to go to the terminal room, which is right in the middle, and look for a set of glowing lights. You will see 2 green and 1 red. These represent computers that will be on in the area. You want to go to the one that is red. So specifically, this one, you're going to want to go to the one on the furthest right on the 2nd floor of the building. Now, if the computer goes red, you will know it's done wrong and it will reset and you have to go check those lights that are on. But as you'll see, the lights have moved there. And now the next red light is the one to the left of the one that we just turned on, once again on the 2nd floor. And again, all of these Easter eggs are going to be easier to do on casual mode, especially when we get to the more advanced one. So we go and we see the other computer that's on, and again, it says cleaning. As long as it says cleaning and doesn't turn red, you are doing the right thing. And then the final one's on the furthest right on the bottom floor, and again it says cleaning. Now you'll know you have done this right when all of the computers in the building turn on, and where you're going to want to go from here is into the little security room right behind me. You go up to the desk and it says generate code, and these 6 screens will pop up with 6 numbers. Write them down, remember them, whatever you want to do, and then you're going to want to go across the entirety of the parking lot, and there is a small building on the other side. And when you go in here, you're immediately going to see a keypad which needs a 6-digit code. You put the code in the exact order that it appeared on screen as it popped up on the terminals, going from top left all the way down to bottom right. Once you put that code in, you now have access to the jail cell, and inside there you're going to find yourself an advanced UAV. Also, as you saw there, you're going to get a calling card called the security booth, which for most of the Easter eggs that we're going to do here, you get a little reward like that, but as of right now, still no blue.
Machine learning is advancing, but businesses wonder if some machines can keep up.
Let's welcome our new blueprint, but some pretty cool stuff upcoming. Now, moving to the next one, again, getting a little bit more difficult. I actually do think this one's kind of easy, though. This one's going to start at Mansion, and it has to do with mice. So what you are seeing here is a little piece of paper that can be found, and the first person to find these Easter eggs is Geeky Pastimes. We've worked with him before on Easter eggs, things along those lines. So that is where this screenshot here that you are seeing came from. Now, you don't actually need this piece of paper, but what you need to know is the musical notes that are on it. E, C, and D. And this doesn't change every game. This is the same every single game, so you don't actually need to find this piece of paper. However, what you do need to find is if you know where the elevator was in the zombies map that was here, you go there and you find a little power terminal, and on that there is going to be a fuse that you can take out of it. Now, I recommend right away running to the front of the mansion, going outside, going inside this little shed and putting the fuse that you just got into the fuse box that is here, because if you die holding any items during these, it will drop on the ground and someone could take it, and then the Easter egg is pretty much ruined. So this is the only part you need something like that for, so you might as well just go put it in there right away, and then that part is done. And when you do this, you will notice that out front of it, there's going to be pads of stones that when you stand on them, a musical note pops up in the middle and plays a musical note. Now, it's not going to work yet. So the next thing that you're looking for is a slice of cheese inside the mansion, as you see there. When you see a slice of cheese, you're going to look around it for a mouse trap, and you're going to shoot the mouse trap. Now, you have to do this 3 times. Now, I would show you where all of the cheeses are, but honestly, they're just incredibly easy to find. They're bright yellow, and you just kind of look around the 1st and 2nd floor of the main entrance of the building. You will find some. I believe more than 3 actually spawn a game, but it won't take you too long to find them whatsoever. I literally was just running around, found them, found the mouse trap, shot them, and you'll know you have gotten 3 of them and done it right when you hear this sound. So once you have done that, you are going to go back out front, and now it is time to put in the musical code. And that musical code is E, D, and C. Now there's going to be two C's, C8 and C. You just want C. So again, E, D, C. And when you do so, this will happen.
Oh shit. Man, that shit goes deep.
Yeah, you gotta buy me back.
Now, after the mice explode, go downstairs and you will find a secret laboratory. Now, honestly, there's not much there. There's some perks, there is some chests, there's a cool interrogation room, and there's a little bit of lore. So the note that you find says this: stupid, filthy creatures, but very useful. They can survive exposure to element for only a few minutes, then kaboom. They explode into the most colorful mist of fur and bones. If I can get them to survive, then perhaps humanity has a chance. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but clearly they are doing some mouse or I guess rat testing. Now, the only other thing that this room has that is kind of interesting is there's a button that you can press that for a limited amount of time will actually protect you from the gas. So as you can see, I push the button and then it kind of creates a safe zone around me for a limited amount of time. Now, everyone on the map will see that I'm there as it shows it for them on the map as well, but just kind of a neat little room. But this isn't the coolest nor the hardest Easter egg. So for this last one, you are definitely going to want to be in casuals. If you have a team, it is much easier. I did it with randoms, so it is possible to do it that way. But there's a couple things that you need to know that are going to make this a lot easier. Now, where this stems from is a map that is found in Research Facility, which again, Geeky Pastimes found. Here's the good thing though, you do not need this map whatsoever. And in fact, I think this map actually makes this Easter egg more confusing. So I am going to show you the way that I would recommend doing this Easter egg. But you can do it in any order. So the way that I would recommend is starting out by going to the roof of mansion. So once you are here, you're going to need a psych grenade or psychedelic grenade, whatever you want to call it. There's a couple areas where they can be found on the ground. One is right there where I just looked. The other of which can be found right there on the ground in the main room. Now, once you are here, there is a gramophone that is right behind me. You are going to interact with that. When you do so, you are then going to throw the psych grenade. It's going to cause you to trip out. Then you can interact with the mirror. Then you're going to get a jump scare, followed up by a note that you can see there. You don't need the note whatsoever, but then you're going to see symbols floating in the air. This one that you're seeing here represents rock. The one on the ground here represents blood, and the final one that you're going to see here is going to represent bones. You're going to want to write down or remember those symbols. Just say what they look like. I said fishing hook, lambda. Another one looked like a martini glass, things along those lines. Now you're going to need to get the individual items. So the first of which can be found over at the pond here. Now in each area there are 3 spots where it can be found, but as you can see, the animal bones are the first one, again representing the bones that we saw before. So this is the first of the 3 spots, all of which are at pond though. The second spot is right behind me here underneath this thing. This is a separate game, by the way. And then the third of which can be found a little bit further in the water. There's a little shed there underneath the little deck coming off of that shed. That is the final of the 3 spots at pond to find the animal bones. The next can be found at the research lab. So this one, you're going to go to the top floor, the 3rd floor. You enter from the roof is the easiest way to get there. And you're looking for a centrifuge that is open. When you get to it, melee it, and a blood vial will pop out. The 3 potential areas that they can be found is here, 2 in kind of connecting rooms, and then the 3rd off in the office, which is where I happen to find it in this game. The last one can be found in the coal depot. Now, what you're actually looking for here is a hard hat. Now, where mine was supposed to spawn in this game is underneath this hard hat. When you melee it, it's supposed to pop out here. Unfortunately, it didn't this game, but what that did was allow me to show you the other 2 locations where it could potentially spawn. The other of which is down below here. After I kill this person, I will make my way. You can see the hard hat is flipped up the other way right there, which means you can't melee it, and obviously it didn't spawn there. There's also one other location, which is across over this way. Underneath the roof here on the right, you can see it laying on the cooler. If the map stayed like this until the end of the game, and in fact, I hope that that's what they change with this moving forward. Again, no blueprint's been given out. However, you do get a bunch of calling cards, weapon charms, things along those lines. And as of right now, that is it.
Hey, where are you? I'm on my way.
Nearly home,
whodunit.
We're looking for a house closer to everything, but we don't know where to start.
Find it with Realtor.com. With Real Commute, it's easy to find a home closer to what's ever close to your heart. Do y'all recycle? Realtor.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Rick. Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Hope you guys are having a good day. And honestly, Call of Duty's getting a little boring. It's getting a little bland. So I felt like today was the time to switch things up a bit. I was scrolling through my YouTube feed this morning. I found this video from Nadeshot. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Nadeshot. Been watching him for like 15 years now. Even though I've called him out recently on some bullshit, I do think he's absolutely hilarious, and we see it within today's video. This is called Nadeshot being out of pocket for 11 minutes straight. I want to react to this video with you guys, and I would love to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you guys enjoy this type of content. I'm just gonna let you guys know it gets a little explicit, okay? So if you're under the age of 17, maybe hit the button, and let's get into the video.
Okay, say Ultron has 10 drones just staring at me with C4 aligned in them, and they'll detonate, and the only way for you to stop them from detonating is to get on stream, go full cam, pull down your pants, and masturbate to climax. Now,
What?
I'm saving you, brother. But hear me.
Oh my God.
You gotta think of the real ramifications, all right? This is like a real hypothetical. It's not like...
Okay, number one, how is he even thinking about this? And number two, it is crazy that he can't see his wife right next to him, and he's about to go off about Scumpy doing this crazy act live on stream. And number one, Scumpy, the fact that he says he's saving him, I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to show my 2-incher on stream for everybody and then lose my YouTube channel. Are you kidding me? Maybe, just to give you guys some excitement. I don't know, man.
We don't know what's gonna happen. Like, imagine life plays out after that, and you know, you just stroked your, you smacked your live on cam. You know, whether it's big, small, who cares?
Look how
know,
serious he is.
Comment on it. They're gonna say something about it. But then they all watched you do like one of the most private things a man can do. You might get banned. You might lose sponsors. Would you do it? Would you actually? What?
Oh my God.
Are you doing here, honey?
Oh,
what are you doing in my? We gotta get a bell.
He pulled up. You gotta get a doorbell.
You heard the whole thing?
No. Damn.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Right now, I'm picturing Seth naked. Just try to think about his orange balls. And I can't get it out of my head now.
I watched Nadeshot quite a bit, but I didn't know he was like this upfront about talking about other men's balls. Does Scump's left one hang lower than the right? Come on!
I just wanna Batman tonight. When I was 14, I got cock in mouth, brother.
What?
It wasn't the whole thing, but it counted.
What did he say? Quick scoped him. Oh my God.
Yo, for real though, like, is he being straight up? For everybody that watches Nadeshot a lot, does he do this quite often? Is he just messing around? Because he just literally said at 14 years old he took some meat. Oh my God, Nadeshot, damn, dude. I gotta start watching more of his streams. I ain't gonna lie, man. If this is how funny it is all the time, I mean, I've seen him say some funny ass stuff, but this, God.
Holy shit, Seth.
This is the type of content we need on YouTube.
Show me that kitty cooter. Oh, hey, honey. Oh, Jesus. You really do walk in at the worst possible times ever, honey.
Do you guys
playing
think...
as a cat, and he saved my life, so I said, let me see the kitty cooter.
Do you think his wife questions his sexuality? I think my wife would.
Jesus Christ, I'm in hell.
I'm sure she's heard worse.
You think my wife will fuck me tonight, even though she heard me say kitty cooter? Fucking scum.
I'm going to the loadout or the bar.
It is 1 p.m.
Oh, I am so sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's probably the Oh my God. Look at me. Come on. What do you like? Am I not hot enough for you, brother?
Oh my God. Yeah. This is peak content, man. I haven't seen a video this good in a long time.
Hold up, Sesame Man.
Oh, yes, I am.
This reminds me of the old days of Call of Duty where it was just fun to play with your boys and just have a good time. This is the type of content that I need to start making. God bless me.
Yeah,
I love this.
I gotta get out. I'm getting my tight little fucking pussy pouted for fucking. Where the fuck is everybody? Sorry.
Chad, is there actually ways you can laugh?
I'm going back. I'm going back. Look how freaking mad he actually is.
Pussy pouted for fucking.
Oh my god.
Yes, I am.
Oh my god.
I gotta get out of here.
I'm having too much fun.
I gotta get out. I'm getting my tight little fucking pussy pouted for fucking.
Yo.
Where the fuck is everybody? Sorry.
Sorry.
Yo, that shit is wild.
Chad, is there actually ways you can last longer in bed? Because I can't figure it out. I'm dead ass. I'm dead serious. I thought about Googling it, but I don't want to like end up on some crazy shit. So
I'm gonna say I'm just gonna say it. I'm not gonna be, things happen. I've had issues. Everybody's had issues. Every man in the world has had issues. I feel like Tim just probably doesn't have the blood flow needed right now. I don't know how old he is. He might be close to 40, right? And, he's a little bigger. Might need to get on some pills. There's a blue pill out there that, I had to order for my dad one time, and I snuck one.
Everyday Women's Multis are made for your overall health. With nutrients for immunity.
Work pretty damn well.
just ask for you guys personally. There's got to be something,
You got to say the Pledge of Allegiance over and over in your head. Don't think about that way. You just got to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Get your mind off it. But then you get in dangerous territory where you might go soft. Depends your threshold of how much you love freedom.
Hey, Tim.
What?
I've had a little heat on me lately. You think I can hide my boner in you?
Okay, going back to the Pledge of Allegiance, he thought of that way too quick. I truly think he's probably done that. He thought of that way too quick on the spot. Number two, again, do we have to question his marriage? I mean, hey, it's 2025. Do what you want to do, but
just tell me he's muted, bro, right? There's no way. And just to be clear, I never want your dick in me, bro. Are you fucking serious?
I just need a place to hide it for a day. I mean, come on.
Imagine taking that, bro. Although apparently the G-spot's in our ass for us.
Oh my god. I guess there's
I might find out. I might tell Alexis one time, like, you know what? Let's figure it out, right? Apparently it's back there. No, I'm dead serious, Chad.
Man,
the
they're
G-spot
sick. He's fucking
for the
sick.
man is in his ass.
Yo, serious question. Did
What
you
are we
live
doing?
in New York when 9/11 happened?
Yes. I was in Syracuse, so.
What was school like for you? What happened?
I was homeschooled. So my mom was like, no school for the day, Timmy. I hit the towers, and I said, all right. And
that's it's not funny. Not funny. Not funny.
Why are you laughing, dude? This is so traumatizing.
He's crying. Not funny.
Stop laughing at my experience, bro. That's what happened.
Somebody in my chat just said, solid 9/11 experience.
That was it, bro. That's what I remember.
I was so serious about my question, and you were so serious about yours. But I mean, it took so many turns. A lot of wrong ones too.
He actually was crying.
Say, don't lie. Anybody uses any sort of a toy or like a
I'm not gonna lie. Does anybody watch this dude? Straight up question. I keep seeing him out there. I guess he's very like famous. Does anybody watch him? I can't stand his voice. No offense. And people can't stand me. That's fine. Like it's a preference for everybody. I can't stand this guy.
one of those egg things or one of those pocket things or not?
And nothing against him. I just can't stand his
There
voice.
is one pocket user here in this call.
Are you talking about a flashlight?
Yeah.
Bro, I really no. Let me spit game for y'all young folks right now.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on this one. Go ahead.
No, I'll spit some game real quick. Listen, at the Optic House, we had flashlights. I ripped into this flashlight 2 times. The first time, I'm like, oh my god, wait, is this what it feels like? Then you got to go to the bathroom, dump the whole thing out.
What do you mean? Is this what it feels like? He was like what, 20 something when he was at the Optic House? He was a virgin then? Hey, no judging, but. They were doing that at they were doing some crazy stuff at the Optic House.
You unscrew it like a lid on a fucking
documenting on them motherfuckers. That shit can't be clean. There ain't no way, bro.
Tim, I'm getting there. You gotta unscrew the lid of this thing that you just defiled, and you're disgusted with yourself. And then you rinse it out with warm water, and you let it sit there. A couple weeks go by, you tell yourself, I'm never gonna do that again. And then you see that thing sitting in the closet on top of the shelf, and you're like, you know what? I've had enough. We're going round 2. You have no idea what I'm about to say. I feel like that I know
I love his honesty.
I know our relationship, and I'm like, you and I are so comfortable with our love for each other. If we had to, would you be willing to start an account where I sit on your lap in the nursing chair?
What?
And I drink your milk?
Bro, what does this guy? He has to when he's off stream. He has to go in his like living room, sit on the couch, turn everything off. There's no phone, there's no TV, and he's just thinking to himself, what can be the craziest thing I bring up on stream? I mean, who thinks of that with their wife who's breastfeeding their child? I mean, I'd pay for it. I'd pay to see him do that on OF. Would you?
You are funny.
I'm glad that she laughs, though. I'm glad that she has a good sense of humor.
If we had to? If we had to, you would?
No, she wouldn't.
No,
Put a bag over
your head. Why would I do that? Oh, so they can't see whose nipple I'm sucking?
Yeah.
They're gonna assume. Yeah. I gotta call my wife. Are you eating Whoppers? Don't eat any. We're gonna eat so much candy tonight together.
You promise?
Yeah, movie night, candy, vagina.
I'll put it up. Just for you.
Or the pussy or the Whoppers?
Check
weapons and gear. I love you, bye.
For deployment.
I love that, man. He keeps reading chat.
Do you wanna eat like a bunch of like garlic and onion and I don't know, shit that will make us like very gassy, like gaseous? And then like we bend over and we get a ping pong ball and we start it like on my asshole and we fart and try to ping pong the ball back and forth to each other like a little rally. Are you down for that?
Dude.
You get like gifted to say that or something?
No.
I've never heard.
I'm telling you, he
something
sits
more
on his couch and
Zyrtec.
thinks of this.
Holy brother,
It's the Zyrtec,
that might be the
dude.
most insane thing you've said since I've met you. I'm not kidding.
It's the fucking Zyrtec.
What?
It's not my fault.
But yeah, I'm down. When you want to do it?
Yo,
After
he's sick.
pickleball, dude, so you're nice and sweaty.
Sure.
I bet we could do it.
I need
You dudes are sick.
one last time.
It's about to come to a head.
How do you know?
Oh, Chad, can I tell you guys a fucked up
What are
story?
we doing, man? I'm telling you, bro. It's hilarious. It's funny as hell that he could think of this, but I truly think he might want to do this shit.
Like real fucked up.
What's with
You
all
guys
these case
remember like
openings?
anything like oddly specific about like childhood memories, like 4 or 5 years old? I swear to God, bro. I know what my dad's cock looks like. I swear to God.
Okay, I should have probably thought that this was gonna happen with the title and just knowing some things I've seen him say in the past, but like, come on, man. There's some things you just don't talk about on stream. I mean, that's one of them right there. Holy shit.
He was walking out the shower, bro, and we all shared the
Bad
same
girl.
shower.
Okay, I've had that.
I don't know if I ever told you that, bro, but it like randomly pops into my head like once every 5 years. It's like a fucking comet passing by.
Bro, what are we doing, man?
Yeah, hey. Did I just get too deep with the boys?
Yes.
Knocked out like that, girl?
Man?
No, but I do love
Damn.
my wife's double D natties.
Wow.
Does that count?
That's crazy.
Well, she's pregnant right now. They're fucking balloons, dude. I mean, I'm over there.
Talking about drinking milk.
Okay, no more BS tonight, all right?
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
I need more beer so I can look at those things as a proud man ready to. What? Am I not allowed to like my wife's body? Is that against the rules?
No.
Nine. It's good. It's good.
Yo, math. Oh shit. Hold on, bro. This might be my biggest battle yet today. Math. As a Moretti. Oh fuck. Hold on now.
Matt has a micro deek.
Hold on. Mathis.
He can't spell.
Amir. Kodik. Mathis is Amir Kodik. Matt has Amir Code Geek. Yo, what the fuck is this username, brother? I want to say thank you. Matt has a micro dick. Oh my god.
Yeah,
thanks for the 5 gifted.
This guy's jamming out by himself, man. Can't get that copyright on YouTube, bro. Oh no.
Buddy, I can't hear.
He's not supposed to be doing that. He's not supposed to be doing that. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, everybody that is out there, if you identify as a wildflower, that is totally fine. If you're doing the thing called vaping, put it down, throw it away, do something better with your life. I'm telling you, it's not very good. That type of stuff that gets inhaled into your lungs is very, very toxic. It's very, very bad. You'd much rather just drink like an energy drink and save yourself the time. I mean, come on. Wow, he got exposed. You can see right there, he's like, I'm fucked, man. She's gonna be getting on my ass when I'm off stream. I'm not supposed to be doing this.
The worst. Thank you. I'm not.
See, I told you guys.
Again. No, Rambo gifted 100 subs, honey. I did it for Gracie, so we can afford all these new tech appliances.
100 gifted? God damn.
I'm about to start putting a light on the door, and you gotta press it, and I'll let you in. I'm gonna keep it real. Suck you from the back. I'ma give it to you good. You gonna like all of that. I'm fucking on his ass.
Bro.
Oh my god, my kidney hurts.
Bro, we might have to, I don't know if I can ever do one of these again with Nate Shot. I don't know if I can ever watch one of these videos with Nate Shot. They're hilarious, but like, he does this often, huh?
You and your boys have never freestyled just off the rip, off the cuff cut.
He's from he's from Chicago, bro. Do you hear that? That's at Chicago, yeah.
Just off the rip, off the cuff cut. And you ended one of your bars.
Oh my god.
On some sucking
I'm
shit.
sorry. I gotta go back again. Off the cuff cut.
Freestyled. Just off the rip, off the cuff cut. And you ended one of your bars.
Oh my god, dude.
On some sucking shit.
I've never done that. I don't think I've ever done that.
I can't hang out with you.
Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, that was one of the funniest videos I have seen in a long time. You gotta have that type of humor to enjoy that type of stuff, though. I know there's gonna be some people in the comments saying this is so childish, a grown man saying that. Like, guys, this is hilarious. This is one of the reasons why I enjoy watching Nate Shot, but the unfortunate thing is, you guys know I can't stand for that gambling stuff. But when he's just, you know, playing Call of Duty, when he's enjoying himself, I mean, I think it's hilarious. And I mean, I have the humor that he has. Maybe it's Chicago, yeah. I don't know, but let me know if you guys enjoy these type of videos. If I can find some funny videos, I would love to add it to the YouTube channel, add it to the reaction, because talking about Call of Duty all the damn time and about video.
Laughing on the tones, get stuck here on my own. Time to let the fire stone.
We have an interview with someone who says that he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
Let's go.
All right. Can you tell Chad a little bit of like background so they think?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Rick.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to.
So, about my UFC predictions. Well, that didn't go the way that I thought it would. All right, what's going on, guys? It's Chev. Back over on some more Black Ops 7, finishing out this end game grind. I'm in the middle of doing my Chroma Flux challenges, and then once all of those are done, I'll have Genesis camo. And then the only thing that's left to do is the Warzone camo, and the Warzone camo will be my last mastery camo. Actually, Call of Duty actually did something really cool with this. I don't know if this was like a Treyarch decision or whatever. Hopefully this is the case for every single Call of Duty moving forward, but there is a secret mastery camo that is unlocked at the end of you unlocking all of the mastery camos. Honestly, once you add like a mastery camo at the end of a certain grind on top of another grind on top of another one, eventually it's gotta stop somewhere, so I understood at the time. But they added this secret mastery camo where if you get all 4 of the mastery camos in multiplayer, zombies, endgame, and Warzone, you unlock this secret mastery camo, signifying that you have done all of the other mastery camos. The ultimate flex, basically. And since I've been asking for it, I mean, I have to do it. I already have to do these mastery camos every single year anyway, just as a tradition, but having that reward at the end is actually really nice. I hope that they do it on every COD moving forward. Also, it doesn't seem like the Warzone grind is really that crazy, considering you could just do it on the casual modes. Now, to be fair, I didn't do it on the casual modes last Warzone camo, but honestly, man, that casual mode's not looking too bad for this camo grind. If I don't want to play, I can play other shit. People have been asking me to play routine. Trust me, I know. I would love to do it myself as well, but I have to finish this. Also, the game is like up to 6 hours long, which is like perfect, to be honest with you. I haven't gone much further than what you guys have seen. I found the one button underneath of the desk, and that's it. I'm still basically in the tutorial area. People were blown away that I basically stopped playing at the tutorial area, but I genuinely couldn't figure out how to get out. If I had continued the video just walking around in circles, I was frustrating myself watching it. One thing I did notice though, whenever you have these games that have like no guidance and stuff, the audience is always involved in like thinking what they should do. And just like in scary movies, whenever you're watching somebody in the scary movie or playing the scary game, you're like, that idiot, why is he doing that? He should be doing this. Obviously, this is what that means. That's all I've ever seen from people's audiences whenever they watch this. They're just calling the person that's playing fucking stupid. To be honest, man, I'm not looking forward to that. I mean, I get called stupid all the time. It's not a big, oh shit. Hey, to be fair though, I never finished Amnesia, The Dark Descent on my first ever playthrough back in like 2000, what was that, 13, 14? I did finish Amnesia The Bunker though. Well, okay, finished. I speed ran. I beat the game in a couple minutes. I'm not joking. I was so afraid to play the game regularly that I ended up learning how to speed run it instead. It's pathetic, I know. Yeah, those UFC fights didn't all go the way that I planned. First fight, Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. It ended up being a majority draw. Now that's something that like you would have, oh, there it is, Chroma Flux, nice. That's something that like would be pretty much impossible to predict. So I mean, I didn't really blame myself too hard. It made sense for it to be a draw as well, although I was obviously biased in saying that Jan won that. Considering he won 2 rounds, and I could make the argument that round 2 was not a 10-8, at least one of the judges saw that as a 10-8. So Jan won round 1 and 3, and if it weren't for them scoring that a 10-8 round in round 2, Jan would have won that fight, but it was a draw, so there's really nothing I could have done about that. Then Henry Cejudo against Peyton Talbot. I mean, I just have to accept right here. Henry Cejudo got beat up pretty bad. Peyton looked great. And understand, I like Peyton Talbot. I just didn't know if he was really ready for that. No matter how washed Cejudo is or whatever, like I just believed that like Peyton just wasn't ready. And it clearly was. I mean, he hurt Cejudo on multiple occasions bad, was wrestling with him, even took him down twice. Dude, he took Cejudo down, sticking his tongue out and shit, just emoting on him. Yeah, Peyton Talbot won that shit. I was wrong. I'm happy that this was a result. I just didn't know if he was ready. Brandon Moreno against Tatsuro Taira. Tatsuro Taira ended up getting a TKO finish. It was a little bit of an early stoppage, but I don't know if the fight would have progressed any further past that point. They ended up on the ground in that position I was talking about where I thought Taira would be able to submit him, and he ended up just finishing him with ground and pound on the ground. To be fair, he needed to intelligently defend himself for, you know, X amount of strikes, and he didn't do that. Whether the strikes were big enough or not to really warrant the stoppage, yeah, I would argue that that was a little early. Tatsuro won, and that was the one fight I actually called correctly. And then Alexandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van. Within the first 26 seconds, Pantoja ended up throwing a kick. They ended up like kind of getting into this like weird clinch thing, and Van pushed him over, basically toppled him over when he was on one leg, and Pantoja went to go and put his arm out to break his fall, and he broke his arm or his shoulder or elbow or something. It twisted up really bad. It was, if you watch football, NFL, American football, it reminded me of the Jaden Daniels injury. Elbows are just not meant to bend that way. Pantoja did say that he's gonna be back sooner than you think. I think that might be, I mean, I'm hoping not, but it might be the beginning of the end for Pantoja's era. I don't know though. I don't know what Joshua Van is gonna do. He's gonna deal with a lot of haters because of that, because, you know, they're gonna say he didn't earn it or whatever. He won fair and square. It's not in his control. It just happened, and he's very fortunate that it didn't happen to him, you know? He's got the belt now though. He's gonna have the target on his back. That's exactly what he wants, so let's see if he defends it. See if Pantoja really does come back fast enough to be able to get that rematch, or if he gets a fight in, whatever. So 2 of the fights that I predicted ended up in a draw, which I can't even predict, which I could argue wasn't a draw. I think that the second round could still be a 10-9, considering Blachowicz did fight back in that round. Enough. Not a bunch, but enough, I felt. And then Pantoja broke his arm. I mean, how am I supposed to predict that? And then in the main event, Merab Dvalishvili, assuming that you watch a guy 50-45 somebody, you don't expect the second fight to be massively different. This fight was entirely different. Yan was insane. Probably one of the best performances I have ever seen. I've never seen anybody counter Merab before. He handled Merab in every single way that he could. Merab had his moments. He had his moments, but he absolutely lost lost that fight. Definitely want a rematch, definitely deserves it. Run that shit back again. It'll be the third fight, the trilogy, the tiebreaker. First fight was a 50-45. Then we got this, which I think was a 48-47 or like a to me, it was a 49-46, 4 rounds to 1 for Peter Yan. He outstruck him. He hurt him to the body a bunch of times with punches and kicks. Beautiful. And he managed to actually keep up with the pace of Merab. No one has been able to do that. Also, I was saying that I looked back at that first fight that they had, and Yan did claim that his one hand was injured. His right hand was injured. In this fight, that right hand was absolutely not injured. He was able to counter Merab a lot more on the feet, throw really, really effective body kicks. Even if he did get taken down, he just kept working, didn't let Merab overwhelm him. There were a couple moments in like round 3 or so, round 3 or 4, where it was looking like it started going in Merab's favor. The momentum seemed like it was shifting, and then he managed to actually hurt him. And so pretty much all of my picks were wrong except one. 2 of them I couldn't predict, and 2 of the other ones, I mean, fair and square. I mean, they proved me wrong horribly. Yeah, basically though, doing this Chroma Flux, all I'm doing is just picking up the weapons whenever they drop from any of the elites I kill in this area, because I have to kill the elites for the Chroma Flux shit. I go in there, kill these guys, and sometimes they end up dropping a weapon case. I pick the weapon case up, and since it's fully upgraded, I don't have to worry about like leaving the lobby or anything like that. On average, I can finish like 3 to 5 of these a match. I already have these 2. Unironically, the prelims were crazier than the actual main card. The main card was great. The whole thing was great, top to bottom. But dude, the prelim fights were fucking hilarious. The one fight, Ebo versus Ewo. Yeah, 2 different names. Ebo versus Ewo. This is like watching 2 primal humans, big as shit, strong as fuck, and just sling leather. These guys had 100 attack, 0 defense. One of the funnest, if not the funnest minute I have ever watched in my life. Reminded me of Czech Congo against Pat Barry, but that one was like a surprise comeback KO because Czech Congo got knocked down like 3 times, went limp on multiple occasions in the process, and then ends up landing some shit back and winning the fight in like a comeback. This was like Ebo hurts Ewo, Ewo then hurts Ebo back, Ebo gets dropped again, stands back up, clips Ewo, no defense, we're not blocking shit. There it is, another Chroma Flux. Multiple finishes in a row over on the prelims. It was crazy. If you're gonna look into anything, even if you don't watch MMA, look up Ebo versus Ewo, IBO versus IWO. It's a minute long. If you always wanted to see a fight where 2 dudes just stood in front of each other and just fucking swung until one of them went down permanently, that's the shit to watch right there. Fucking hilarious, dude. The commentators were laughing their asses off. Straight up, this might be one of the most satisfying unlocks at the end. Once I go and finish up that Warzone shit, which I'll probably be really annoyed by at the end, even with casuals. I'm hoping not, but I feel like that's gonna be the case. It's gonna get very tedious very quickly. And this is after having like a great time over on Endgame. Unironically, I had a better time on Endgame with this grind than any other grind in this whole thing. It's obviously the easiest one, but it's also the funnest one. Obviously, multiplayer scratches the specific itch. But of all the AI modes, like casual Warzone, this and zombies, this is way more fun than zombies, man. I'm sorry, it just is. All the movement and shit like that, it's just way more fun. There's a pretty good feeling of progression when you're leveling up and everything. It feels good. Also, isn't there a camo at 1000 as well? There's some pretty rare camos in this game, really. Like, it's one thing to go around and flex one of these camos, but if you go around with like the ultra camo and the level 1000 camo, I mean, I don't think it's very hard to hit level 1000 on this game, considering the overall amount of like challenges and stuff that you can do that's boosting you. Anyway, amazing UFC card. Next video, I should probably have Genesis. Well, I definitely will have Genesis. Then I gotta do the Warzone grind. And I want to be able to have all of that done before the Game Awards as well. Whatever, regardless, I still don't know what that statue is that they're showing either. I've heard things from like Lords of the Fallen 2 to God of War to people declining that it's God of War to Elder Scrolls to people declining that. And then, yeah, I don't know. I've been looking at like all the leak Reddits and shit. There's too many theories. Just please be something good. Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, Season 1 is here and there is a lot of things to talk about. Obviously, maybe some of you probably don't even have the game downloaded, don't have any idea of what's going on. So I'm gonna update you and kind of go through that stuff. I'm gonna go through the negatives and the positives of Season 1. And there's a few things I want to discuss at the end of this video that don't just impact Black Ops 7, but they impact the future of COD. So if you're not interested in Season 1, that may be a discussion that you want to listen to just to get the brain moving, because it could impact the next Call of Duty and the Call of Duty after that. So anyway, I actually was able to play Season 1 when it came out. It was I guess it went live at it went live kind of early this year, but we all know that this was kind of advertised as the biggest season in Call of Duty history, whether it's the maps, the modes, the guns, and whatever, and Warzone, and blah, 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 blah. So I guess we'll start with the negatives because some of you guys are sick and you only want the negatives. But we are going to talk about some positives because I do have some. I think there's quite a few. So if you're a positive person, you know, keep listening. If you're a negative person, you're going to enjoy the first few minutes of this video. But anyway, let's, I guess, start off with, maybe this is a small thing to some of you guys, but to me, this is actually a very big issue, not only with this game, but I would say it's also with the past Call of Duties as well. I don't know if you guys remember the first ever Black Ops 7, or not, maybe not the first ever Black Ops 7 trailer, but it was like the one that kind of introduced the story. I think it was during, I want to call it E3, but that doesn't even exist anymore. Whatever it was, during the summer where we watched it together, and a lot of people didn't even know that this was going to be a Call of Duty trailer until Call of Duty popped up and like they heard Menendez's voice. And during this trailer, the main bad guy, or bad girl, excuse me, is this Emma, I don't even have, Kagan? Emma Kagan? So she kind of seems cool. Like it's a really cool villain. Like this is going to be the main villain. She's got some sort of tech company or something and is using Menendez's memory or AI or whatever. And it's got this awesome, like I was super hyped about this campaign. And learning about who she was and learning about how she did this contraption to get under Mason's skin or get in his mind and blah, 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 blah. And as we all know, we played the campaign. We didn't make it past an hour and it was absolutely disgusting. But that's not really what I'm talking about here. The point of this is in season 1, my initial boot up was a cutscene. And in this cutscene, spoiler alert, if you haven't played Black Ops 7 3, 2, 1, she gets killed off.
I had just started a brand new job and I get a call and my mom says, don't panic, but the house is on fire. Moses was hands-on literally every day just to make sure that we could get back in our home as swiftly as possible. Yeah, I will always be an Allstate customer.
The new iPhone 17 Pro?
And she said she didn't want anything.
Well, getting AT&T's best deal helped.
I checked the COD wiki. I have it right in front of me. Deceased. So the entire hype up of this villain, and then the campaign, I don't even really know what she was. And then for her to be killed off right away, it's like, what? Like I think of previous Call of Duties where there's a bad guy that's in multiple Call of Duties, or, you know, you learn more about them throughout the story. And in this one, we're already gone. It's gone. And it really goes back to, honestly, the writing in Call of Duty lately. And that's kind of what I want to tie into before we move on to the other subject in the negative. But when you really think about the last couple campaigns, they've just been bad. The writing has been bad. And, you know, Graves comes back out of nowhere in the Modern Warfare series when we think he's dead. Adler's kind of teased as... in Black Ops 6 is like going rogue and he's an enemy, and I think in the first mission he's like back to being on your side. So it's like 2 straight campaigns, or just, or I guess 3 with Black Ops 7. It doesn't even in the story that they're kind of portraying gets shot down almost instantaneously, making you not care about the grander story of the game. And we've talked about this in previous videos, so I don't want to go into it too deep, but like, it's very important for me that Call of Duty, the story impacts the rest of the game. And to me, not knowing more about her and her not becoming like a villain over time, and it just kind of makes me sad. It does. Okay, so there's my rant on a little bit of the story component. But now we have to get into something that we talked about yesterday in yesterday's video. Again, it's the playlist change. And this playlist change not only involves multiplayer, but we're going to talk a little bit about Warzone, and it'll be in the same conversation here. So I know a lot of you guys aren't Warzone people. I'm not either, but I did visit Warzone yesterday just to kind of see what was going on. And this playlist change is kind of sad. It's going to make their data, it's going to make it skewed. And yesterday I made the video not knowing exactly how it was going to look like on the main menu, but it's exactly what we thought it was going to be. The first tab is like a generic, you know, just a playlist, and then you tab over for party games. And that generic playlist with TDM and blah, 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 it has standard mosh pit up top, and standard mosh pit is the one that doesn't have, I'm sorry, that does have skill-based matchmaking in it. And I say this with all due respect, a lot of these people coming home from work are going to click on this icon or whatever it is, this tab, because it says standard mosh pit. They're not looking into the logos, that blue and red logo that says skill is minimally considered. They don't even know probably what that means. So they're just going in, clicking standard mosh pit because it's easy to go over. And then in turn, Call of Duty gets this data that they're like, hey, more people are clicking on standard mosh pit. More people are staying in this game mode, which means, guys, we're gonna bump that up and include more game modes. Or, like I said, I don't want this to happen, but the ultimate rug pull of like MW4 is bringing back original matchmaking, or not original matchmaking, 2019 matchmaking, I should say. And I just don't know how they cannot see that. Maybe it's some sort of play from Activision or Microsoft to because the sales weren't good. I don't know, but that will skew it. And then in the same tone, in the same mindset, when you go into Warzone, I know, again, some of you guys don't play Warzone anymore. I don't blame you, but the first playlist is Warzone casual. And to me, if I am a casual, if I'm just a regular 9-to-5 guy, I'm not looking at the other modes. I'm just going, hey, this is Haven's Hollow casual. Okay, sure, click it. New map, I guess that's it. I would be actually concerned, not concerned, I would not be surprised if people that play COD don't know they're playing bots. I say this genuinely because I have a buddy of mine that their family member, they play Fortnite together. Genuinely, they did not know until I played with them. So I feel like I crushed somebody's dream that Santa doesn't exist. But I played with them one time, and I'm like, holy crap, this is full of bots. And the person was shocked. They had no idea that they were playing bots. They genuinely thought the people were in their solo match, because they're not the greatest player, were real people. And so I think that that's what's happening with Warzone. People are just booting into casual because they have no idea the difference. They're probably getting third, fourth, first, second, placing better because it is bots. And they're just like, hey, this is a good experience. And I've talked to Hunter TV about this, and he can't find solo matches. Like a regular Warzone solo match, because everybody's in casuals and it takes 10 minutes to find a solo match. And so I feel like they are, I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. I don't know if they don't see the bigger issue here. I feel like it just makes these decisions, like it just skews their data to go down to the nitty gritty. It skews their data and makes it seem like these modes are actually better when I think they're not for the health of this game. I think Warzone's gonna slowly die if it's not dead already. And then multiplayer is gonna have, if there is a rug pull, I genuinely don't think COD can survive that. I think if they somehow switch that by season 2 or 3, it's gonna be not good at all. And I even tweeted that. I said it in my review. If you're not a super hardcore Call of Duty fan, I would wait till season 3. I said, that's what I said, or get it on Game Pass, because I'm not sure that whatever they advertised before the game, came out wasn't just to get those sales. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope season 3, 2 are great content. Matchmaking stays the same as it is. They maybe see that the standard. But we don't hold your breath. And so that's my 2, or I guess that's 2.5 negatives that I would say that really impact the game, and it makes me nervous about the future of the game. The way that they're writing these campaign missions and campaign characters doesn't get you involved in the story. And 2, the way that they're matchmaking and playlist selection and ideation is just not gonna be good for the health of the game. So there's your negatives, guys. I know. There's only really 2 on this season, so I want to be up front with that. So let's go to the positives. I know some of you are gonna click off, and it is what it is. I get it. You don't want to know anything positive about Call of Duty. Let me challenge you. Let me challenge you right now to listen to this. I actually think, minus those changes, this was actually a pretty good seasonal update. I mean, I would hope so. It was advertised as the biggest one yet, and I think they kind of fulfilled it. I think they did a very, very good job. To me, I'm gonna be upfront. I love the new maps. I do. I really do. Obviously, Standoff is Standoff from BO2. That's phenomenal. It plays well in Black Ops 7. I thought it was great. I think it's Utopia. Kind of reminded me of an MW3 map. It's similar in like top of a skyscraper map. I can't remember what it is right now, but very similar vibe to that. Like the way it flowed, and I actually really like Fate. I don't know why. It's a little bit smaller of a map. I don't want to say it's a touch of brain rot, but it is a smaller map. But I don't hate when Call of Duty tries some fun things in multiplayer. The little portals or whatever it is, it really gave me that throwback to like Halo. If you played Halo, some of you guys have no idea what that even is probably, but there was like these blue doors, or they're not, I know they're not that, guys, but you could walk through the doors in Halo and you would get portaled to another direction, another area, or another part of the map. And it actually ended up being like strategic in Halo, where it's like, okay, I could portal here, camp the portal, punch somebody in the back and they die. And I actually don't mind that. I didn't mind that they tried it. It's probably my favorite map of season 1. I'm not gonna lie, which is kind of insane. I did not expect that. Now, it did give me PTSD because it is the map where the Menendez machetes are falling down on the sky. So that was sad, but it's the best map by far. Guns, the SMG felt great. They're both super overpowered. So one's the Maddox, the other one I don't remember the name of it, but it kind of felt like the SMG felt like the MP7 mixed with what am I saying here, the VMP from BO3. Kind of what I thought about when I love the iron sights. And then the Maddox is pretty much exactly like it is in BO4 when you put that ELO sight on it. Doesn't really sound the same. The iron sight is definitely different, but overall they both perform very well. So to summarize, the season itself, I think it was good. And to go back to my previous point, if the seasons 1, 2, 3 are like this, and they kind of keep their momentum going, I could see people trying this game come March and be like, all right, it looks like some positive press here for COD for once. Let me go and download it on Game Pass, or let me go buy it for $29.99 and just get some fun for it. And I think it could see that uptick that MW3 had, where MW3 people just started word of mouth hearing that it was actually not that bad, and it just grew players little by little. I don't think that is out of the question for Black Ops 7. So I would just encourage the devs that are watching this video, keep content flowing, man. The daily challenges or the weekly challenges you guys got going, great job, great release. Felt like the integration was pretty good. I'm sad that, you know, I feel like this game's gonna end up being really good by April, and then we reset everything come Modern Warfare 4. That's Call of Duty's biggest struggle, I think. You can get a good game and then it can all change the next year because there's another title. Or you can have a bad game and then it can all change and be a great game because you get another game the next title or the next year. So overall, I would say maybe give season 1 a shot if you got the game. I know some of you guys have been putting in my comments that you've uninstalled it already. Maybe reinstall it, give it a shot. It's really was actually enjoyable. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, town hall meeting here. Let me know what you guys think about the negatives that I brought up. Let me know what you guys think about the positives that I brought up. I guess where do you guys see Black Ops 7? I guess this is the question I want to ask you at the end here. Like, where do you see BO7 being in March? Do you think it's just going to be so dead, or do you think it's going to be like, all right, we might be back a little bit, not back as in like everybody's playing, but like the uptick, what I mean. So just a quick plug here at the end. Make sure you follow me guys on Twitter. and Instagram, and you guys have been showing me like I'm in your top 0.1%. I really appreciate that. Again, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to do these talking head videos. I've been kind of switching it up a little bit because it's been fun. So make sure you follow me over there. I have been streaming on Twitch a little bit more. So if you want to, it's all in the description. I won't bore you with the details, but hey, leave a like for me. Subscribe if you're new. Turn those noties on because we got another video coming for you tomorrow. And it's another positive one, I think. Yes, unless something crazy happens today, it'll be positive. All right, see you tomorrow.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're
Well, ladies and gentlemen, happy Sunday. Before I head to church, I had to sit down and I had to record something. I took the day off yesterday. We did a little camo grind and popped that video out. And, you know, I was really thinking about a few topics here today because a lot has been going through my mind because a lot of you guys have been commenting on my videos. And it seems like a lot of you just aren't playing Black Ops 7. And to me, that means that there is a real disconnect on either what the players want and what the studios or the Activisions are giving us, or is it just like a fatigue in the series as a whole? So what made me think about this was a couple of weeks ago, maybe J God did a video about the fatigue of Call of Duty. I don't know what the name was. It literally might be that name, the title of it. And so I kind of wanted to give my opinions from somebody that's been playing literally since the first Call of Duty ever. Yes, I know I'm old. Don't type that in the comments or you're banned. But there's a couple times during the series lifespan that we've had similar times. Now, we're going to talk about this all. This one might be the lowest of the low. I'm not sure, but we've had these time periods where people were starting to get fed up and things were then switched around, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. And I think we've hit that. We've hit a crossroads right now where it just feels like something needs to change. And so I kind of want to give my thoughts on the fatigue. I want to give my opinions on what I think in previous years was the solution and what we can do in the future to kind of get people back on board with Call of Duty again. I have my notes in front of me. We may get off script a little bit, but again, put your comments down in the, put your comments down below. Let me know, are you playing this game? Are you not? Are you looking for another game to like come in and swoop it away? But I mean, let's start off with the fatigue. Like the franchise fatigue right now for Call of Duty. I don't necessarily know if it's the Call of Duty fatigue. It very well could be the sub-genre, the sub-franchise of what's happening every single year. Now, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, BO6, BO7, most likely Modern Warfare 4, that's 5 games, and it only is 2 sub-series. Now, I don't think that anybody would have thought that this is where we would be in terms of titling and in back-to-back and doing that strategy. I don't know whose idea that was at Activision, but it's an awful idea. So in my opinion, and I've talked about this in previous videos, it really is time to let go of this series, let go of both of them. And really, when I compare it to another era in the Call of Duty realm, it really is when back in 2012, 2013, we got COD Ghosts, and this was after Modern Warfare, Black Ops kind of rotated for a little bit, and we got into a point where back then, I'm telling you people, there was a time where we're like, we want something new. We want something new. The players were complaining, even during the golden age of Call of Duty, people were getting tired of those 2 names. And that's what happened. That's why Ghosts happened. That's why Advanced Warfare happened. Black Ops 3 kind of stayed the same, but that's why Infinite Warfare happened. World War II. Like, there was a couple years in a row where we had different titles.
Machine learning is advancing, but businesses wonder if some machines can keep up.
Let's welcome our new coworker, Jeff.
Copier has a great idea.
Wonder if it's the same idea as yesterday.